Welcome to DayZ. It seems like everyone's struggling to get off the coast on Sakhal, and I'm tired of it. I want you guys inland so I can shoot you over there. So today, I'm going to teach you how. Today, we're going to be talking about a loot path that has quickly become my favorite, and it's actually accessible from a whole bunch of different points. We're going to start off on the right side of the volcano. So there's the volcano right there. We can do this run from pretty much anywhere in here. This run is exactly the same almost anywhere here, but we're going to first start at the volcano, and I'm going to work my way out because the details they're diluted early, but then they get centralized towards the end, but you'll understand what I mean. So we're on the right side of the volcano here. We've already done the left side of the volcano on a previous loot run, Volcano Alley. And if you're on the right side of the volcano and you're in this town, this is Orinobo. Opanobo. We're in Opanobo here. The first thing I'm going to point out is that there's a fire station here, and this will give you best insulation clothes more times than not. And right across from that, we also have a PD. And obviously, you're going to loot through here. If you have to fish, you're going to fish. If need be, you could come over here to these militaries and these medicals, hopefully get yourself an extra bandage. But what we're going to be focused on here is going in between, like if we look up from the coastline, we're all the way here. We would look up towards the volcano, and we want to go right in between in that little valley. See, I want to go right in there, right in the little valley. So we're going to focus on that. So as we leave the coastline here, we're taking a road off the main road that goes deeper, straight towards that valley. And eventually it's going to lead into this dirt path. We're going to loot through all these houses, keep going, keep going, keep going. And boom, we hit a little tiny dirt path here. And that's going to take us to another spring. Now, normally, you're going to want to make sure you have a heat buff as you're leaving the town. But I would recommend not making a fire at this spring because it is very susceptible to snipers, as you can see all around. But after we're done here, we're just going to ride in this valley. We're going to keep going up. And right when we hit these rocks, where it stops you from going up the valley anymore, we're going to start going up to the right. So if we were right here, I would just hit these rocks. I'd be like, oh, we're at the rock stoppage. Boom. I'm just going to go straight up this way. And I just want to show you 100% what that looks like. Boom. We land straight here. Let me just show you again. We are running up. We hit these rocks here where it's like blocking our pathway. We're going to go straight to the right. Look at that. Just shooting it straight. 100% straight. Meow. It'll lead us to this radio tower. Now, this is a wonderful location because this area has police gear. So a lot of like, wow, what spawned me inside? A lot of the things that you're going to want to like get you started on your run are going to be here. So we have some rubber slugs. That's not good. That's not what we're looking for here. But look we already got an armor right here. Police vest. Sometimes you'll find press vests here. Alongside that, you'll find 308 or 380 guns commonly. Something I would recommend is that you're very cautious about this little sneaky spot right here. People will wait and get you. And then people will also wait back in this room in the bathroom. You can also snipe through that door there. Don't worry about going up this ladder. It doesn't give you any loot, and it just makes you super at risk to get shot from the outside hill over here. And then also we have this room back here. So this will give you some starter gear to kind of get you into a place where your character has probably body armor, like I said, and at least a basic weapon to protect yourself with. I found a lot of scorpions here, a lot of CR pistols, things like that. Now, I've done this before, but right out the front door here, if we just go straight out this front door, if I'm even right here, I could probably see it. Yeah, if you go right here, you can look across and you can see it. That's where we're going. We're going to pick military, which is just across the way here. So when you are at this little radio station over here, you could just leave the front door if you want and go completely straight and you run into it. Or you go over to the right a little bit and you can see it through the trees. And that will give you like a visual. Okay, it's right there. I need to make it to that spot. I'm going to start heading that way. And what you're going to pass on your way is this frozen lake here. There are a little bit of houses here that very frequently, I'll come in contact with people at these houses. It's a hot spot for sure. But when we come here, we're going to ride up this road here, and then we're going to end in Pick. And Pick is super good because this is a military that will get you a plate carrier, and it's on the edge of tier 2. So it's like right on the edge, as close to the spawn zone as you can be. This place is. And but it's tier 2, so it's like right outside. Here, let me show you a picture. This is the picture. So as you can see here, the green area is tier 1, so it's pretty much that northeast part of the map. And then blue is tier 2, yellow tier 3, red tier 1 billion, right? And as you can see right up here, right on the border of the volcano, we have pick military right here. So it's pretty much on the edge. See how it's like right outside the edge of tier 2? So it's pretty much this and Soraz, the radio station over there, are like right on the edge. So they're the quickest like level 2 gear that we can get, if that makes sense, alongside Volcano Alley. Now, something really good about this location is it will spawn a plate carrier, and zombies normally spawn like in a bunch over here and in a bunch right over here. There are 3 areas of pick. We have the cargo sheds, we have the tents, and we have the military barracks here. And oftentimes you're going to want to come from the hill, right, and look down. You'll find a lot of SKSs here, a lot of Vegas, hopefully with a magazine as well. Look at all zombies just popped in. I think I smell a plate carrier. Where are you at? Where you at, Plate? Oh, there you are. Plate carrier, right? Just to prove it to you. And yeah, this is a really great spot because it's going to give us those guns that are going to allow us to deal with the next tier of people that we're going to be coming across. So when we finish with pick, we're going to come over to, we have 2 options when we finish with pick, rather, sorry. So you finish with pick, you have 2 options. You either going to come over to this helicopter or you're going to come over to these barracks. What you're going to do is you're going to navigate over to this helicopter crash and you're going to go to this corner. And you're going to put yourself to where you're facing that corner and you're going to run. I'm going to show you really quick. What's going to happen is on the other side, you're going to run into this like open area. So you're going to be in dense trees forever and you're going to be like, does it ever stop? Am I right? Am I wrong? But as you come here, you're going to see a clearing. And right at this clearing, boom, we have a spring with no road that leads to it in the middle of nowhere that only people that watch this video honestly are going to be thinking about, if I'm being straight with you. So just one more time, we go over to the helicopter crash. We go put our booty cheeks on the point here and we just go straight. And it's going to feel like, because it goes like, as you see here, we go up and then we'll go down and then we'll go up again and then we'll go down. It's going to feel like you're lost and you're not in the right spot. Just keep going. Hold W. When you're navigating through this, make sure not to look around too much. You want to, when you come through right here, when you get into the trees, just double click Alt. It locks your head so your character can't do anything but walk forward. And then, sure, you're going to press A and D. You're going to find a way through this fence. But in general, you're going to continue going the exact same direction and guarantee that you're going to make it to that clearing on the other side. See, I'm able to look around. And if you want to exit this way of like free look permanently, double click Alt again. Boom, boom. And then double click Alt again. Boom. We're in free look. And I could keep running. And eventually, I would end right here with another spring. And from here, you can pretty much do a number of different runs, but I'm just trying to get you started. Right here, we have the geothermal plant. If you go to this mountain right over here, to the right of the geothermal plant, we have a radar station with the military. If you go to the left over here all the way across and you ride the mountain tips, you'll see this radar, which has a military beneath it as well. So a lot of different options as far as where we go from there. I'm just trying to give you the baseline idea of what to think about. So let's go back really quick. And let's say you didn't want to go this way. Like for whatever reason you were scared or you thought maybe the forest was a little too dense there. You can also come over to the back of these here barracks. And you're just going to exit this way. And you're going to think, once you exit the fence and put yourself here, you're going to line yourself up with the backs of these barracks facing outward, right? Going that way. And you're just going to go straight. And what that's going to do is it's going to put you on this little clearing path. And it's going to lead you to these vents. And for those of you that don't know, on these guys, if you just stand next to the edge, it's going to give you the heat buff. So it's going to give you another heat buff. From that first heat buff, you're probably going to make it up there. You're probably going to be able to make it here. And right here is where you're going to be able to restore that heat buff and allow you to continue. Now, sorry, I had to brighten up the mood a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to follow out of these geothermal vents here. We're going to follow this main road. And this is actually going to take us to the capital city, the biggest city in the entire game here. All right, but let's go back. We're on this dirt road. Here's the geothermal vents. We go down. We hit this main road. And we're going to follow this, and we can even follow in the tree line here. And what you're looking for is you are looking for a little road to break off right about here. So right as it starts to turn to the left, we have a little break off of a little dirt path. And up here, you will find a very sneaky, discreet well. Or spring, sorry. So once again, we're going straight down the road from the geothermal vents. Bam, 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 bam. As soon as it turns left, it breaks up to the right. So if we were following on the trees, we'd pass this house here, follow on the trees, and it would be right there. Boom. So right as, I guess there is, yeah, right as we could start to see the city from the trees in its totality, right? All right, so now this little Soraz to pick military run, it can be done from a number of different locations. So I just showed you, if you get here, you're going to go to here to pick, and you're going to go out the helicopter, out the front corner of the helicopter, or out the back here. All right, so we have this part down. We understand what to do once we get to Soraz, and once we get over to pick, we know what to do about that now. And I've already given you one loop path, which is from this guy over here, the right side of the volcano, to go up through the valley. Now let's see on the opposite side here. Now, as I previously said, this run can be done from a lot of spots. So here we are in Timahobo. And I know what you're thinking, you're embellishing. No, that is Timahobo. Timahobo. If you're in Timahobo, which is just a little fishing town here, you can also look up and see the two radio towers. You cannot, however, see the volcano. But you can still do this run all the same. So from Timahobo, we would loot through the town, maybe go fishing out here. Remember, you can always go fishing inside of the fishing docks. Like in here is not a bad place to fish. And after we go fishing and we feel sufficient on food and heat and insulation, we're just going to find this main road and go up this dirt road straight towards the tower, actually. And right behind here, we have a little spring. Sneaky little spot, right? There's not a dirt road on this one. So from Timahobo, we're following the dirt road up. And then right behind this, boom, sneaky little spring, right? And this is Maria's spring. Shout out, Maria. We all love you. And from here, something I would recommend is just going straight to the back of the spring and going straight up the mountain. Now, eventually, you are going to have to divert a little bit to the right on this one, but you're going to see these towers way before, and you're going to be able to be like, oh, I see him through, and you're going to be able to highlight that and move towards them. And then once again, exact same thing. Look at, there's pick military across the way out the front door. Oh, look at, I want to go towards the geo vents. We're going through the back of the military, and then we're going this way. So even from Timahobo, we can do this. Now, I'm going to show you one last loot run that we can take that's going to involve pick military. Obviously, in this town, all the same, right? I don't know what this town is. What is this? Ebon. Exact same thing. We look up. We see the two radar towers. We're like, cool. I see two radio station towers up there. I'm going to loot around the town. I'm going to get a heat buff. I'm going to get insulated. I'm going to follow the dirt road out of the town. Bam, 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 bam. I'm going to find the dirt road that breaks off, which is right here, and I'm going to hit this spring. Right after I hit that, I'm headed straight towards those radio towers. And then we're doing the exact same thing again, right? Now, this last one is not going to have vision of the radio towers. We're actually going to skip Soraz for this very last one here. And that is when we are way over here. And this is a very common spawn, incredibly common for me at least. I've been getting it a whole bunch. And this is Kobetco. Kobetco. And Kobetco is a little bit different. Something I use to identify Kobetco is this pier. It's kind of in a U shape here with a little boat on the end. And also we have military and medical tents on the shoreline here as well. But Kobetco is going to be different because we don't have vision of Soraz. And we don't have vision of the volcano. Oh no, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. In Kobetco, we have two dirt paths here, right? One on the left, one on the right. We're going to be taking the left one. And this is obviously after we've insulated, we've got food, and we've done everything in these towns. We're going to go through out here. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Then we're going to head up to the left, and then we find a very discreet spring. The problem with this spring is a lot of people camp it because it is in the trees, separate from the town. People can camp it and feel a little more secure, right? So even though it's like veiled from the rest of the city, that doesn't necessarily mean it's safer. It kind of means it's more dangerous. But once we're done here, okay, and you finish drinking at this well, we're going to put the well, our ass cheeks on the well, and we're going to go straight. And I'm not going to change the speed of my camera movement, okay? Our goal is to hit this frozen lake right here, okay? That's how fast it took us there. So I'm going to keep it the same right now. Now, I'm going to show you if we took the other dirt path, which would not give us a spring, and it would take longer, okay? So we have two dirt paths here, Quebecco, the city. I'm telling you to take the left one. I'm going to show you how bad the right one is, all right? Here we are, same exact speed. Think about how long it took us to get to that lake. Cross the bridge here, then we're turning left on that road. Then we're going straight. Heroes of the storm. We're there. Okay. So process how long that took versus when we were at the spring, right? We were almost there immediately. So just something to think about. When you get to the spring, we're gonna put our butt cheeks on the back. We're gonna go straight, and our goal is to get to this frozen lake right here. Now, when we get here, we're probably going to want to come up here and make a fire. You're probably going to need to insulate yourself again. And it's best whenever you're going into any military location across the entirety of the map. It is best to get a heat buff before you go in there so that you don't have to worry about the heat, among other things, when you're in there. But after we get our heat buff up here in the trees, because pretty much everywhere here is going to be super discreet to the outside. I'm not going to see a fire burning from down here. We're going to ride the tree line. And we're going to do this until we hit a giant rock. And there is no other rock like this. This is really the only rock here. If we look, there's no rocks on the face, right? So we're going to be going, and I'm going to show you what it looks like here. Like in person, in real scale size. You're going to be going, and then you're going to see, remember we're on the tree line. I could see the road down there, but I'm not connected to it. By the way, it's a snowed out road, so it's just, you can see like the little pegs, peg, snowed out road. And we're riding this. I'm looking, keeping my eyes to the right, and boom, I found a giant rock. One of these things is not like the other. What we're going to do is we're going to ride the right side of the rock all the way up and just keep going straight. So there's the rock, keep riding it up. And that is going to take us to... Oh, okay, I do have God mode. Sorry. Whew. That is going to take us to Pick Military. So this Quebecco run that I just showed you, the only difference is it skips Soraz over here. And it just gets you straight to Pick Military. So these are all runs from the coast. I don't think there's a tremendous amount that I should really go into detail about beyond that, because I want you guys to explore and have fun and all that stuff and figure things out for yourself. But hopefully this will give people who are really struggling to get off the coast a sort of tool to get a little more inland and have a good journey. Once again, if you see the two radar towers, I don't think there's many other places that have two, if any at all, in the spawn area. So if you see the two radar towers, loot the city, find a dirt road that breaks off. No doubt there's going to be a spring behind it or something, right? Where's the spring? There's going to be a spring behind it. Or if we can see the volcano, we're just going to ride up to the right. Up to Soraz, out the front door, across the pick, and then we're picking one of the two. The corner of the helicopter pad or the backside of the barracks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be good to each other out there. Or don't.